Hello and welcome to another video of mine. Today we are going to be taking a look at a very interesting game, and this game is called the Artful Escape, and it's an Series X and S game, which means this has been optimized for Series X and S. And the game is very small when it comes to the size of the game because it just takes up less than 7 GB, 6.8 GB of your storage space to be precise. So I'm just going to quickly go over to the options. I was just trying to check if there were any graphical options available, but there isn't any. So you just have, options to control the volume, etc. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that this game has an amazing soundtrack. I guess you can make out by just the opening song that's playing in the background. And overall, the presentation of the whole game, the theme and the colors and the artwork is simply outstanding, and you'll get to see all of that in a short bit. Now, in case you're wondering, why don't I play these games live? Now, one of the key reasons as to why I don't play these games live is because of the fact that I record in both Hindi and in English. And if you're a gamer just like me, you know how irritating it can actually be when you have to play the same level twice. So for those reasons, what I generally do is record this on my Xbox Series S, and then I play them back, and then I do a commentary on top of that. Now, the game starts off with your main character, which is this dude, who has this nice guitar. He's trying to play some folk strumming out there, and the artwork, as you can see, from the colors, the color palette, etc. All of that is so incredible, and you're gonna get a sneak peek into what's in store for you when it comes to the guitar playing. The soundtrack and the guitar licks and the guitar instrumentals are simply on a whole different level. And I have, grown up, in fact, watching my brother play the guitar at home. In fact, he's a really good guitarist, and he plays really well. In fact, I'm going to put up a link to his channel. Yes, he has a channel, where he puts up his guitar instrumentals and, some pieces that he likes playing. So I'm going to put up his link in the description box as well. Do feel free to check him out as well. So here we are introduced to another character, and this is how this game rolls. So basically it has a very comic art kind of a feel to it. So you have like these thought bubbles that come up in comics. So just like that, you have these dialogue boxes, and you have to keep on pressing A to progress through the dialogue. So you control the dialogue basically. Unless and until you don't press an A on your Xbox, you're not going to progress when it comes to the dialogues. So you got to keep pressing it on, and then there's this conversation that keeps going back and forth between these two characters that are in the picture right now. Now you're introduced to this character, and you'll meet her again later on as well. So I'm just kind of spoiling things for you, but there are a series of things that you can ask the character. I don't think it's a choice-based result like we have in many other games, role-playing games, especially like Mass Effect, etc. Here you're just trying to get as much information as possible. And
I find lost young men are in the business of irrational.
I think the voice acting is really solid, and we'll get to the voice acting in a bit as well when we talk about the opening credits. But just look at everything, the colors that have been used, this foreground and that background, the artwork, just right behind here, those mountains in the background, the clouds, the trees, that building. I don't know why, but it actually kind of reminds me of the Tower of Babylon. I'm not sure if you feel the same. So if you feel the same, do let me know in the comment section as well. If you feel the same about that building in the background. But the artwork is just incredible. Every time I take a look at this footage, I'm absolutely blown away. And what's interesting is that generally in games, even in platform games, your character, that is, moves from your left to right. But here, as you can see, now I'm moving from my right to the left. So it's kind of a unique thing And as you can see, the forest is so beautiful. And when you're playing this up close, there are those particles that you can see that move around in the light, the trees falling in the background, the birds. It's just incredible. I mean, this game is so pretty, so beautiful, and I love that about this game. In fact, there is never a dull moment in this game when it comes to the artwork that is displayed on the screen. That's how beautiful this is. Everything from the light work, to the character, to the background, to the foreground, to each individual objects that you see on the screen is simply outstanding. There is a lot of work and a lot of love, I'm sure, that has actually gone into the process of creating this game. Look at that background, that small little lake or that water body which is in the background out there. The rocks in the foreground and these trees in the foreground. As you can see, as the character moves, there are these objects. It creates that sense of depth. Although it's not exactly a 3D game, but you see how artwork and how thoughtful and intelligent game designing can actually make you feel that this game has that sense of 3D, three-dimensional depth. But these grasses and again those mountains and clouds in the background, man, it's beautiful. This game is so gorgeous. Look at those particles, those tree leaves in the background, and here you have some autumn leaves. And the story is I would say something very simple that you can follow. It's not mind-bending, it's not time-altering kind of a story, but it's kind of there's kind of this fun feel to it. It's very linear, very straightforward, and it's very honest in what it wants to deliver when it comes to the storyline. It just follows this dude, this protagonist of ours, and his journey as what he wants to become. So basically, he lives in the shadow of his uncle who was a great guitarist. So in a nutshell, he's got this huge expectation that he has to overcome, and at the same time he has to create an identity of his own and create this persona on stage, his unique individual persona on stage. So that's how the game starts off. So, and he's struggling with this whole thing about a lot of expectations because of what his uncle was, how famous he was. In fact, the entire town used to look up to his uncle and the way he used to play his guitar. So talk about no pressure. Yeah. And again, these guitar licks and these individual guitar instrumentals, they are so fantastic. I mean, the sound is brilliant. So the sound, the music, the sound mixing is just out of the world, as you can see, or rather in this case, it's mind-blowing. And you will get a lot moving forward. So right now we've still not got into that heavy guitar bits, and I'm really looking forward to showing that bit when it comes to the guitar bits. In fact, I'm going to comment very little when it comes to the guitar bits, and I'm going to lay back a little and let you guys enjoy when it comes to that stage. But again, look at that gigantic tree right in the middle of the screen. And then even the characters, they're so well designed. The hairstyle, the glasses, really cool. The jacket that the girl is wearing here.
I know who you are, kid.
Very stylish, very chic.
There's a very tiny
And
picture of you on it.
I love it. I mean, the moment I saw this game, I fell in love with the artwork. And again, I'm not a person who generally likes these type of games, but to say that this is a great game in itself is a testimony. Hey, look, I'm nobody, I'm not a great game reviewer. In fact, I hardly get any views. But personally, I'm just sharing my experience as to how much I've enjoyed this game. The first, you could say, a couple of hours, because I didn't think I would play for that long, and that too in one straight sitting. I thought, I'm just gonna try this game out. I'm gonna make a video on this, and I thought that okay, this seems a little interesting when it comes to the artwork. Let's try this out. So I went into this game with no expectations whatsoever. I had not even seen a trailer or any kind of a review. I went into this game blind. I had no idea of what this could actually deliver. And once I started playing this game, I was immediately drawn into the world that the game developers, the artists especially, have created. And again, look at those tree leaves. Look at that detail in the tree leaves. And again, that beautiful blend of, sharpness. There's a little bit of a blurriness in the background as well. But everything, I mean, if you just take a picture of this particular scene, hang it up on the wall, it could easily pass off as a very good artwork. You could frame it and you could keep it. That's how gorgeous this looks. That's how beautiful this game is. And again, I started off thinking that I'm just going to play maybe 10 to 15 minutes just for the sake of making a video. But I was immediately drawn in. And here you have the opening credits now, the Artful Escape. Very well done again. And yeah, so now you have the character moving down, and again, the foreground, the quality of, all that I see on screen is stupendously good. It's mind-blowing. It's just so good. It's incredible. So again, look at this scene, the ray of light shining through. And here you have the opening credits. Now, this is where it gets interesting. There are a lot of popular names from Hollywood who have actually done the voice acting. And you get to see those names right here, right now. You have people like Jason Schwartzman. I hope I'm getting the name right. There's Caroline Kinley, but yeah, you will get Jason Schwartzman here. Now, Lena Headey, by the way, from Game of Thrones, I'm saying, and the Terminator series that was there. So, and here you have Jason Schwartzman. So, very popular names associated with this project, this particular game. Mark Strong. You remember Mark Strong, Dr. Sivana from Shazam, or Sinestro from the Green Lantern. So, good, popular Hollywood names associated. And again, that background music. I'm just going to lean back a little, let you, escape to this place and enjoy. Beautiful soundtrack. Wow. Very nice, folksy, country type of a song. And I've actually now moved forward, all right? So I've forwarded because I wanted to show you, the different aspects of the game. And this is the guitaring that I'm talking about. Oh man, I'm still having goosebumps, as I listen to this. Nice pads playing in the background, a very atmospheric sound. And even the guitar with that delay, it's so good, so good. And look at that contrast, we've come from bright autumn leaves over to this nicely lit, you could say, town, this building, trees, stars in the background. I mean, whoa, beautiful, just incredible. I'm just tuning into it and enjoying the guitar piece. Wow. I'm not going to do a lot of talking, but I'm going to add in a few bits as we go along. And as the character moves through these different areas, through the guitar playing, he's literally lighting up the world, you could say. So you will see the town light up as he moves around. And again, you have that freedom. You can either go from right to left or left to right. Wow. Beautiful piece. Wow. Incredible. So you can say a lot of heart, a lot of work has actually gone into this project. And a lot of popular names also associated with it. They believe in this project. And I was surprised myself because I went into this game thinking just 10 to 15 minutes for the video, but I ended up playing for more than 2 hours. And I especially enjoyed the artwork personally, and I enjoyed that background score. Wow, it's so good. Wow. Incredible. Wow. Look at that background again. The stars in the sky, the night sky. Wow. Look at that guitar, quite jazzy and quite snazzy, eh? Glowing in the dark. Super cool. And yeah, you can travel between this particular level. There's this way of navigating through it. So you either go up or down, and you can go through the entire town. I've skipped the part where he actually navigates through the space, when it's bright, because I just wanted to show you guys this bit as to how pretty it looks. So there's this aspect of the game, where you go through all these areas during the daytime. So it has a very different feel to it when you're traveling in the day. And now in the night, you are literally lighting things up by your guitar, by your music. Beautiful. The firework in the sky, the lights in the background. Wow. And what I would recommend that you do, guys, is if you're watching this video of mine, generally I don't recommend that you plug in a pair of headphones and listen to it. But for this one, I recommend that you do. Plug in your earphones and listen to this one by plugging in the earphones. That's exactly what I'm doing for this video as well. Generally, you won't find me with the earphones. But I again want to feel that music. And every time, I get goosebumps when I listen to this guitar track. Wow. Beautiful. Outstanding. And I suggest you do the same as well. I suggest that you plug in your earphones for this one, guys. Whoa, look at that. I don't know if you can make out, but tiny little details, like the posters that are in the background, the name of the shops, what's inside those, hazy glass windows, all those little information. Such a lot of detail put in to make this game look so pretty, so beautiful. Wow. And the gameplay is very straightforward. You just roam around with the guitar. There's a bit of a platforming that you do. Oh, look at those fireworks. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. So as I was saying about the gameplay is very simple. All you do is just move around the different levels. And then there's a bit of, you could say, a jumping aspect. So far, in my 2+ hours of gameplay, I did not come across any action aspects of the game. But it was more like, you could say, uncovering, things, uncovering areas and getting to see the different things in these different levels. That's what this game is about so far. It has not been about action. There is no action. Well, it does have an element of timing as well, because you've got to press certain buttons to play the right tune at the right time. So there is an element of timing, and you've got to time those buttons and hit those buttons, the right buttons at the right time to be in tune. Otherwise, you're gonna come off as a person, who's got no music in him. And again, look at those beautiful fireworks. I don't know if you can see that mist or fog in the background. The way they have, animated wind or gentle breeze just traveling across. Oh, so beautiful. And I'm going to play another part of this game as well for you folks. I know I'm skipping it. I'm not, because I want to show you, what this game looks like in the different levels. It's just incredible, the amount of colors that you would see on screen. And the level designs, it's mind-blowing. So I'm just going to quickly move over to another level and show you this particular one. Look at those colors in the background. Wow. Poppin', eh? Wow. And again, you pick up your guitar. Whoa. Plug in your earphones, guys, especially for this particular segment. Wow. Wow. Beautiful. See, you've got to jump twice. Look at those you could say meteor or asteroid rocks, the planet in the background, those rays of light coming forth. Mind-blowing. It's very trippy. I don't know what the creators were thinking when they designed this game, but they hit the ball right out of the park. It's so beautiful. I mean, imagination, I would say, at its best. I'm not sure if there is ray tracing in this game, but there's a lot of good reflection coming. And it looks gorgeous. I mean, this particular section, the reflection on the ground, that is. Oh, and that musical piece. Incredible, guys. Incredible. Wow. I've done very little talking in this particular section. Wow. Look at that. Trippy, eh? Beautiful. So that's it for this video, folks. Do let me know, what you think of this particular game. I personally enjoyed this game quite a lot, and I would highly recommend this game. Check it out. You may have apprehensions before checking this game out, just like I did. I thought I'm just going to play it for 10 to 15 minutes, but I ended up playing for 2+ hours, and I'm looking forward to playing this even more. That's how good and that's how great this game is. Great artwork, fantastic soundtrack, and the storyline, it is very honest. It is very, you could say, linear, and a very simple storyline that you would follow. And you will enjoy this game, and I would highly recommend that you do try this game out. It's also on Game Pass, by the way. You don't even have to pay anything for it. It's included with Game Pass Ultimate. So do try this game out. Now, if you're new to my channel, this is the kind of videos that I generally make on my channel. If you like this kind of a content, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and also hit that bell icon in case you want to get notified with all my latest videos. Well, I would say that's a wrap for this one. And until we meet again in the next video, folks, it's been a joy playing this game, and I, again, highly recommend that you try this out. But until we meet again, I'd say take care, stay safe, God bless you all.